students stay outside campus, they need transport to go to class, shoppings, and others. Some students bring their own transportation, such as car and motorcycle. Some students use public transport, such as bus, that provided by UPSI. Nowadays, Era Mesra is the company that UPSI pay to provide the bus for students. Before this, UPSI deal with Kifah company to provide bus for their students. I have been experienced using Kifah company. After 5 years, UPSI need to change the bus company. Now, UPSI dealing with Era Mesra company. They provide many bus with comfortable space. We can see many students line up while waiting the bus. While waiting the bus, let's selfie first. Students who use the bus, they can use the bus every day. Students who not able to bring their transportation will think this way is cheaper than brings their own transportation. The bus is only provided in a certain area outside the campus, such as Taman Bahtera and Taman University. For students who are staying in Taman Bernam, Taman Hijau, and Porto City, they need their own transportation to go to class and other places. The bus will start it rotate around 6:30 in the morning until 12 in the midnight. For Monday until Saturday, the driver rotate the bus 2 times in an hour. For Sunday, the driver will rotate the bus only 1 time per hour. For students who is bringing their own transportations, they will share their vehicle. This way is very recommend for students who is bringing their transportation to save their budget. Besides that, the student also can reduce the air pollution by sharing their vehicle. The student who is bringing their own vehicle, they need to buy a vehicle sticker to allow them to enter UPSI and park their vehicle in UPSI area. So next, what is private? Private is a term that normally used by UPSI students. For example, if students want to go to TF, they can find private that available on that time using their WhatsApps and Telegram. For students that stay outside campus, they can use private to go everywhere. Don't worry about the price. The price is standardized for students and it's very affordable. For students who want to drive by their own, they can rent the car. The price is also affordable for students. The students need to scan their identity card, which is IC, and license card to allow them to rent the vehicle. The IC and license is an evidence if anything happens. The lesson learned that I get is for students of campus, they have many choice in terms of transportation. They can choose it based on their money. In my opinion, students can save their money by using the public transport rather than bringing their own transport. For this assignment, I learned to work in teamwork. With effective teamwork, I can manage to do this assignment. I realized that good communications in team can generate many ideas that can contribute to these assignments.
Hi guys, so I'm going to share a little bit about the cost of living outside of campus here in UPSI Tanjung Mandim. So this might as well be the guidelines into becoming the perfect student who lives outside of UPSI. So the first thing that you need to do is do your research. Based on my experience as well as the other students here in UPSI, it is a norm to actually do your research first into finding somewhere suitable which also provides the safety of the students and doing it as early as you possibly can before the semester ends, for example, as many of the good place and accommodation will be taken by other students. The next thing you have to take into consideration is the accommodation. Here in UPSI, you are given the option and being recommended to stay in Taman Bahtera with the university where there are apartments. single-story house, and also double-story house. It is actually more systematic where there is actually an office located in Taman Bahtera as well that will guide you throughout the process of renting a house in Taman Bahtera. They also provided a bus for easier commutation to the campus. Besides Taman Bahtera, you also have a variety of choices of place to stay here in Tanjung Malim. Taman University, for example, which is located right in front of the old campus of UPSI. Next is reasonable cost of living. A major advantage studying in Sultan Idris Education University is that the cost of living for staying outside from the campus is actually quite reasonable. Tanjung Malim might have been one of the least expensive places to live in. For most students who live off campus, a monthly budget of 300 ringgit will surely provide them with a rather comfortable living here in UPSI. Besides that, the accommodation cost living outside of campus is about 150 ringgit to 200 ringgit per month only in Tanjung Malim, because the landlord is well informed that most of their tenants will mostly be among the UPSI students, so they will rent the accommodation with a consideration of the student's budget. Last but not least is the platforms. We do have a separate social media platform, which is the Telegram, organized by the team of students for those who live outside the campus, called Unit Kediaman Luar Campus UKLK, where they posted available house to rent with variety of choices to be chosen by the students. They also shared which one is a better choice if you wanted to rent a house, and provided a comparison as well.
Food is one of the most important things students will consider when they are away from family. There is no denying that food in the college cafeteria is cheaper than restaurants outside college, but as we know, students also love a variety of food. As an off-campus student, we will be more closer to many restaurants. This also makes life a lot simple, particularly when we are looking to go out for a friend's birthday or have a fun time. Sometimes food can be the best medicine to sadness and release our stress as students. It's such a good therapy for us if we can get our favorite food at a reasonable price here. Many restaurants provide a variety of food such as Love Eats, California, Cerita Village, Sarang Adha, Melu Cafe, Chinese Muslim and many more. For me, charcoal bun burger served by Love Eats is the best. It is a homemade burger, patties and sauce. Other Western food such as chicken chop, pasta, the mushroom soup was also delicious. Customer service, amazing smile that I can say. Very good effort on the packaging and food presentation too. It's extremely popular among off-campus students. Cerita Village also famous for students' set of meal. The price is affordable for me. If you are craving for Thai cuisine, Cerita Village will first appear to be in our mind. There is a lot of choice so that we can happily decide. Other than good food, the environment is also nice with friendly staff. Melo Cafe's best dishes were nasi ayam penyet. Saturday night market in Tanjung Malim is one of the weekend activities that we never miss. The night market is near to the old campus, also known as Sultan Abdul Jalil Shah Campus. We just walk with friends because it is near to our rent house. Indirectly, it made us exercise. We don't have to wait for the bus or use the service of a taxi, or we call as Prebet UPSI. Save time, save money and lead to happiness. There is a lot of food that we can choose. I always feel confused because everything looks delicious, but otak-otak and keropok lekor will always be my first choice. Other than that, my housemate loves to buy yong tau fu and chicken rice at the night market. We are always excited about playing like a tourist there. It will be one of our memories together as an off-campus student. There was only one fast food in Tanjung Malim, which is Kentucky Fried Chicken or KFC. Slowly, much fast food restaurants opened in Tanjung Malim, for example Domino and Pizza Hut. Recently, Subway restaurant launched followed by T-Life. The happiest and excited person when March fast food restaurant opened in Tanjung Malim is UPSI students. As we know, Tanjung Malim is a small state, so we appreciate everything that opened here and make it our favorite place to spend time together after class or during the weekend. Even though March fast food restaurant opened in Tanjung Malim, but still there is no McDonald's here. Rawang is the nearest McDonald's to UPSI. If they're craving for it, they surely will go there. Now, we move to the lesson learned. I have learned that being a non-college resident and living away from home isn't easy nor is cheap. One of the students' biggest expenses is food, and with the plethora of food choice available, it can be challenging to abstain from eating them. As we know, at the beginning of each semester, we can spot those with scholarships, for example, PTPTN, JPA, MARA and others whose money has just been deposited into students' bank account. Students will spend that money to eat whatever they want without having financial planning. Sometimes, they offer to sponsor their friends for pizzas and others delicious, mouth-watering and expensive food just because they can afford it that time. At the end of the semester, they had to eat instant noodles because everybody's broke. So after doing this assignment, I realized that financial planning is very important to everyone, especially to students like us. We need to try to save our money, so I will share 3 practical tips on how to save money. First, buying in bulk. It can save your money, but only if there are things you use regularly. This practice also helps you to avoid making several trips to the supermarket and save your money on transportation too. Second, carry a water bottle with you everywhere. Your bottle of water should be your loyal companion. It is not only will help you save several ringgit on beverage every day, but it's also your healthiest drink option. Invest in a proper container and never waste money on bottled plastic water when you can easily get a free refill on your campus. Last but not least, cook your food. You may hate cooking, but learning to do so can save you hundreds of ringgit in the long run.
The next point is lifestyle in UPSI. They are a bit different when you live in college or when you live outside the college. Living out of campus, we will be free to do anything. We can be more independent, and we also learn the survival skill. There are a few things that commonly students who are living in off-campus do, such as part-time job. They involve in faculty activity that outside from the campus, and lastly, like other people do, hang out with friends during weekend. We also have friends who do the part-time job, and we asked her why she do the part-time job, and she said that she needs more pocket money since she living off the campus, so she need extra money to pay the rent, the house rent, and also she need the money to buy their stationery, the equipment for their coursework for her assignment. Besides that, she also need more money to buy her daily necessity since they are living outside the campus.
Safety in off-campus. Is it more dangerous? Why? Living off-campus makes students feel independent and free, but also make them feel insecure because no guard security protect them. There is a lot of criminal cases that happen in Taman U. Let's check it out. Last year cases. The first one, 2 riders on the midnight have snatched 2 female students while on the way back home. Number 2, a guy just sitting at garden and waiting for female student to show some inappropriate part of body. According to interviewee experience, she says that on MCO, there are suspicious men with long hair stopped in front of their gate. She also felt very unsafe whenever she came back home, especially around 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. In conclusions, this condition has led the female student as a victim and makes them feel scared to go outside. Next is facilities. There is a basic facilities provided to students. Most of the students feel comfortable with the facilities provided in off-campus. This is because in college, students are not allowed to cook by themselves to avoid unwelcoming fire. Besides, they also cannot gather with their friends. Issue: there is problem as certain house agents do not provide well facilities to the student. For example, house agents do not responsibility to fix the broken things such as fan, light, and sink. Based on my interviewee experience, the house agent did not want to fix all the broken facility unless they need to pay first for the rent prices. There is an example like a room socket. Last but not least, responsibility house agent to fix the house properly had broke up an uncomfortable situation to students stay there. That's all for me.